introduce my audience. So this is my dad, my mom, and my sister, and she will be filming the speech. Okay, so I'd like to begin with a question. So how often do y'all see trash or debris on the side of the road or the shore when you go to the ocean?
Often.
Okay, so a study shows that out of the 90% of existing plastic, 79% of that is ended up on the landscape or the shore at the ocean. Okay, so this is due to environmental pollution. So my specific purpose is to persuade my audience to become more aware of the negative effects environmental pollution is causing and how to slow down this global problem. My 3 main points are land, water, and air pollution. And my thesis statement is environmental pollution is caused by many factors and exists through land, water, and air pollution. So my first main point is land pollution. And the 3 main causes of land pollution are trash, deforestation, and mining. So trash, as the first one, it consists of the materials and debris that get thrown out into the environment that are non-biodegradable. And so therefore they stay in the environment and never decompose. So this causes harmful effects towards the animals, and it's also unhealthy for people getting around in their daily lives. And also landfills are filling up as well, and this is causing people to find other alternatives to get rid of their trash. And deforestation is the second main cause of land pollution. And deforestation is caused by urbanization, like that's the highest cause of the deforestation because of the increase in the population and the amount of homes that are needed for the people. And so this results in people who build these huge neighborhoods, they have to go to the woods and cut down trees in order to have area for these homes to be placed. And also a study found that loggers, they might be illegal, like they can be either legal or illegal. They create roads when they go to log, and so these roads also destroy trees as well and the homes of many forms of wildlife. And a well-known form of this is the rainforest, and rainforests are affected because of the loss of trees, and it's leaving these animals with nowhere to have homes and to reproduce, and so it has a negative effect on the environment there as well. And mining, the third cause, miners, they create landslides mainly, which results in a lot of land loss as well, because of when they're digging into the earth, they're creating these huge cavities that result in loose dirt and everything, taking out more of the environment. And also there's less materials for these animals in the ecosystem that actually use the dirt as the form of their habitat. And so 3 ways to prevent these causes of pollution is for the trash, you could recycle or find better means of getting rid of your trash or use more biodegradable materials. Deforestation, you can replant trees, and you can also find other means of using materials instead of having to use trees. You could find other ways instead of using paper. And also there's technology now to where that can also help get rid of the need for trees. And then mining as well. Miners, they can try and use different materials and methods of getting out the minerals and other materials that we need for daily life, and also try to limit those to where we're not mining as much. And so then my second main point is water pollution. And so the 3 main causes are oil spills, trash, and sewage. So to begin, oil spills, their oil rigs are located in the ocean. And so the way that they've been made in the past, there's been accounts of where they've had like leaks and they've spilled into the ocean, and people really don't take much consideration for that, but it has a negative effect on the marine life, and it causes animals to have a really like horrible ecosystem to develop in, and so it results in mutations in some species. And trash as well, the plastic, you see pictures of turtles and of wildlife that gets stuck in the little things that hold together the soda cans. And this is also an effect on the ecosystem as well, because those animals end up dying sadly, and they're also affected, and they cannot develop and continue to flourish with these conditions. And sewage being the third, that's more of an freshwater like problem. So when you have all these sewage systems, the chemicals get released into the soil, which then gets into the waterways, which causes more pollution through the water as well. And so the three main ways you can prevent these is, again, recycling to prevent the trash and plastic. And for oil spills, they can find better ways of collecting oil out of the ocean floor. And then there should be more regulation as well on how much is taken out and where this gets contained at. And then for the sewage systems could be better regulated and kept away from waterways. And so my third and final point is air pollution. And so the three main causes of air pollution are transportation, industries / companies, and people. So for transportation to begin with, there's a bunch of cars due to the amount of people that are now in the population. And so they have to get to work, and they have gas-powered vehicles. And so these vehicles emit fumes, and they're also the transportation companies also produce this amount of air pollution and fumes as well, due to having to use gas. And for industries as well, for the companies, they have like huge companies that are powered through gas and these chemicals that affect the air quality. And China, for example, they have like horrible air quality. Like you can't even like see your hand in front of your face, and they have to wear gas masks because of how poor the quality of air is. And it results in deaths like daily. And it's also horrible on the people who are growing up in these conditions. And finally, people, they also affect the air quality as well. And I was researching indoor air pollution is also a huge risk factor for people, because they will use like gas stoves, and they will also have like coal burning stoves. And so the fumes that are released into the air inside the homes are contained. So then it makes it more pollution in that air, and it's not as fresh to breathe for them. And then also people create fires to clear out land, and the amount of CO2 released into the air is like more than what should be, like the balanced level. And so this does end up affecting the ozone layer. And then the three ways to prevent the air pollution is cars can become more electric. And I also read up that diesel engines have a certain type of fluid they can use that reduces the amount of pollution that's released by the gas. And then also industries could have more regulation, and people could find better alternatives to heat their homes and to cook as well. And so for my conclusion, all causes of environmental pollution have caused the wellness of life to decrease over the years. And so people need to find more alternatives for environmental pollution. And my call to action is land, water, and air pollution should be prevented by using alternate ways of conservation to guarantee a brighter and healthier environment in the future. And if this wasn't enough motivation enough to start recycling or use better alternatives for the environment, a study shows, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, an estimated 1 to 11% of all marine species will fall into extinction over the next decades. So environmental pollution is definitely a negative thing that's existing in the world today, and there should be more alternatives for it.